Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone. Good morning all of you. This is Ashima, your current affairs and banking awareness faculty on Entry platform. And in this video, we'll be talking about all the major news events that have happened in the past day, which are important from examination point of view. This is going to be a short and crisp video for your everyday update so that not much of your time is wasted. Whereas for those who want to practice questions as well, for them we have Entry app where we have a free quiz happening every day, and that's a live quiz. So you can all attempt and have a touch about all the possible questions that are there. This is more of a highlights section. So let's begin the highlights of the news events. First being related to CDRI. So that is Coalition on Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, that is CDRI. It has Bangladesh and Canada are the recent countries who have joined CDRI. Now, before we begin studying on CDRI, who had formed this CDRI? What does this mean exactly? CDRI is India's initiative. It was launched by Narendra Modi ji in September 2019 at the UN Climate Action Summit. Now, after this was launched, it is if we talk about what CDRI is, it is a coalition of national governments, United Nations agencies, multilateral development banks, and private sector. Now, CDRI is one of those entities which is going to promote the resilience of new and existing infrastructure to climate change and disaster risks. Currently, there are 25 countries who are a member of CDRI, and there are 7 international organizations which are the members of it. If we talk about the headquarters of CDRI, that is in New Delhi, as it was founded by India, and the current Director General of CDRI is Sandeep Pondrik. Sandeep Pondrik is the current Director General of CDRI, and these are the two latest countries. Then we have bi-monthly monetary policy. Now, RBI has announced its August bi-monthly monetary policy recently, and this has been announced by Monetary Policy Committee, as we all know. So committee has maintained status quo, that is, there has not been any change for the 7th consecutive month this time. So first of all, who are the members of Monetary Policy Committee? As we all know, there are 6 members of it, 3 from RBI, whereas 3 members are from Ministry of Finance, are appointed by the Ministry of Finance. The 3 members from RBI being Shaktikant Das, who is also the chairperson of the committee, being the RBI governor, are Dr. Michael Debabrata Patra and Dr. Mridul K. Sagar. These are the 3 persons who are from Reserve Bank of India, whereas Professor Ashima Goyal, Dr. Shashank Bhide and Professor Jayant R. Verma. These are the people who have been appointed by Ministry of Finance into the Monetary Policy Committee. Now, Monetary Policy Committee has announced that they are going to conduct 2 more auctions of 25,000 crore each. So we can say that 50,000 crore auctions are going to be conducted in form of GSAP, that is Government Security Acquisition Program, in the month of August 2021. Apart from that, if we have a brief look at the repo rate, reverse repo rate. So repo rate is again unchanged at 4%. Reverse repo rate has been kept unchanged at 3.35%. Marginal standing facility MSF has been kept at 2.25%. Bank rate has been kept at 4.45%. CRR has been kept at 4%. SLR, statutory liquidity ratio, has been kept at 18%, and inflation rate for financial year 22 has increased comparatively. So last time when bi-monthly policy was released, it was 5.1%. It has been raised to 5.7% recently. Scotch Awards recently were announced, in which there were 4 awards given to the West Bengal. West Bengal has won 4 Scotch Awards. The Platinum Award by states Silpasati, Gold Award by Auto Renewal of Certificate of Enlightenment through Online System of Urban Areas, Silver Award won by online issuance of trade license in rural areas, and E-Nati Karan. These are the 4 programs created under Ease of Doing Business by West Bengal, who have won Scotch Awards recently. Scotch Awards is not any government's award, that is a private organization which gives award for excellence in government sector as well as private sector. Few one-liners. Neeraj Chopra ji, who is an Indian javelin throw player and athlete, has won gold medal in javelin throw event at Tokyo Olympics recently, being our first gold medal in athletics. For over 100 years, we have waited to get a chance to get gold. Finally, the first gold in the field of athletics has come. Bharat Dynamics Limited (BDL) has signed an MOU with Uttar Pradesh Expressways Industrial Development Authority to set up a manufacturing unit in the Defence Industrial Corridor of UP. So BDL is going to invest approximately 400 crores in the development of it as per the MOU. BDL is based in Telangana, Hyderabad. RBI has increased the timeline for banks to implement the norms and revised rules for opening the current accounts, and that is now 30th of October. So, what are the new regulations? In August 2020, RBI had imposed directions related to current accounts, and it had also restricted the banks from opening current accounts for customers who have credit facility in form of cash credit or overdraft from bank. So, as per the new guidelines now, RBI has allowed banks to open current accounts for customers who have not availed any cash or credit or any overdraft facility with exposure of less than 5 crore. Central Bank has allowed banks to open a current account with exposure between 5 crore and 50 crores only, as per the recent announcement. And the new date is 30th of October. India's first water villas are going to be set up in the Union Territory of Lakshadweep. The financial support granted for its establishment is 800 crore rupees, and these water villas are going to be powered via solar channel. So that is solar powered villas are going to be created, and 800 crores investment is expected in this. Kerala has launched COVID-19 death information portal, which is going to maintain a proper record of all those people who have died due to COVID-19. So this is going to enhance the facilities that are being given or the various schemes which have been launched by the government for the same purpose. It's going to help them give better facilities and implement the schemes on a better scale. Then we have G20. G20 Digital Ministers meeting was held for 2020 but in a virtual format from Italy. Now, Italy has the presidency for G20 and therefore this is the organization which had conducted this meeting. From India's side, the representation was done by Ashwini Vaishnavji, who is the Minister of Electronics and IT, whereas the chair of the meeting was Giancarlo Giorgetti, who is the Economic Development Minister of Italy, and Vittorio Colacco, who is the Technological Innovations Minister of Italy. And the purpose of the meeting was advancement in digital transformation of economy in terms of resilience, in terms of sustainability, in terms of inclusive recovery. Then we have the second edition of Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering International Conference on Range Technology. So IEEE I-CORD was held in a virtual manner recently, and this was organized by Integrated Test Range ITR Chandipur, which is a laboratory of DRDO Defense Research and Development Organization. This was inaugurated by Dr. G. Satish Reddy, who is a secretary in the Department of Defense R&D and also the chairperson of DRDO. And there were various experts who participated in this meeting or in this summit for technological achievements in the domains which are associated with testing and evaluation of defense systems and all the technological advancements we have. Government of Assam has signed an MOU with NABARD and Assam Infrastructure Financing Authority. So around 13,200 crores of investment in infrastructure domain at various sectors like education is going to be made in the state of Assam. There are various engineering colleges, medical colleges, schools, tourism centers, and all of these which are going to be constructed in the next 3 years as per the announcement that has come forth. Also, the funds which are going to be utilized are from NABARD Infrastructure Development Assistance, that is NIDA, and Rural Infrastructure Assistance to State Government, that is RIAS, in rural and semi-urban areas of the state. Who is the current Chief Minister of Assam? That is going to be Himant Biswa Sarma. He is the current Chief Minister, whereas Governor is Jagdish Mukherjee. ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, has launched Health Quest Study. Health Quest Study is a health quality upgradation enabled by science, space technology, which is of ISRO. So you have to remember the acronym and the full form, and it is going to help offer upgradation in health system and upgradation of the standards of healthcare system in India. So a team is going to be framed under this health quest study, and the team's members will explore the possibility of replicating ISRO's quality assurance mechanism. Then we have NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, which has collaborated with Central Warehousing Corporation (CWC). They have collaborated to offer better storage facility to all the farmers of the state. And for this, Indian farmers who are small and marginal farmers, they will be able to avail warehousing facilities of CWC for storing their agricultural produce. Now, the first phase of this is going to be implemented in the state of Andhra Pradesh, in the state of Tamil Nadu, and the state of Telangana. These are the three states where the first phase is going to be implemented, and agricultural infrastructure is going to be the one which is going to be enhanced in this. Then Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, or APEDA, has signed an MOU with University of Agricultural Science Bangalore to give support and boost exports of agricultural and processed food products, mostly from the region of Karnataka. And as per the MOU, there are going to be advanced technologies deployed, and alertness and efficiency, precision farming, and quality-based exports enhanced under this understanding. SBI General Insurance has partnered with SahiPay, which is a tech-based financial inclusion platform of Manipal Business Solutions. So they have partnered to offer financial and digital services to communities living in semi-urban and rural areas. Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award has been renamed as Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award recently. India's nuclear power capacity is expected to reach 22,480 megawatts by the year 2031. Now, currently we stand at 6,780 megawatts. So, current is 6,780 megawatts. That is the current capacity. And as per the Atomic Energy and Space Minister, that is Dr. Jitendra Singh, the nuclear power is 3.1% in the year 2020-2021. Now, currently we have 22 reactors which are functioning in India, and they have a capacity of around 6,780 megawatts. Right now, there are 10 more reactors which are under development, and once they are constructed, they are going to give 8,000 megawatt approximately. Also, it is expected that 10 indigenous pressurized heavy water reactors are going to be created. So, approximately 700 megawatt of energy is expected from there. So, we can say approximately we will be reaching 22,480 megawatt by 2031. India's first heart failure biobank has been set up by National Center for Advanced Research and Excellence (HF) at the Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute of Medical Science and Technology at Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Now, the purpose is that it's going to store all the biospecimens like blood, serum, tissue samples, all which are obtained from open heart surgery, and the peripheral blood molecular cells and the genomic DNA. All of these are going to be stored so that, and they'll be studied, so that furthermore we can improve our diagnosis, we can improve our prognosis, and also improve the treatment facilities and how to proceed with the treatments, and a better understanding or an insight. Dr. G. Satish Reddy inaugurated the ICOT 2021. We have already seen. SBI Insurance partnership with Manipal Business Solutions. We have already seen. Dr. Dhriti Banerjee has been appointed as Director of Zoological Survey of India, being the first woman to be appointed as Director of Zoological Survey of India. ZSI is based in Kolkata, West Bengal. With this, we'll be winding up the segment. You can download Entry app for your daily practice from the link which is provided below in the comment section as well as in the description section below. You can attempt lots of free mock tests, test series, and a lot of stuff which is available online via Entry app. And keep practicing. Good luck with your preparation. This is Ashima taking your leave. Have a wonderful day ahead on.